See, that's the joyful sounds of someone who doesn't have to work.
JD, I'm telling you, I empathize with your little one on a spiritual level right now.
Whoops, got caught on a hot mic.
It's okay on a spiritual
perfectly
level.
Okay, trust me.
All right, we're gonna give folks a few minutes to join. We'll get this show on the road. Michael, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watched too much basketball over the weekend and last night, as I do this time of the year. So with NCAA tournaments.
Any disappointments?
Have you been watching the girls' games as well?
Yeah.
The Baylor game. Oh my god.
That was a great game. That was very close. So yeah, that was really fun.
Is that what the no call was against UConn?
Yeah.
That was the no call against UConn again.
I looked at it several times. That was definitely a foul.
Oh, it was a foul. Hit in the head and the arm.
Yeah, it was a foul.
Yeah. And I have a deep affinity for Arizona, so I'm really excited to see Arizona head into the Final Four for the first time, which is
any
really
Pac-12
exciting.
team, I'm gonna.
Yeah, but my Terrapins didn't do it, so that was the problem. So what are you gonna do?
Well, you know, Arizona carried the torch. The Cats have carried the torch. And that's right, Cordell. You know, any Pac-12 team, I'm with you on
any Pac-12 team. West Coast gets no love these days.
No.
Do we have Jumana? Good to see you. Ishmael. Satali. Cedric, good to see you. Adam, good to see you as well. Anybody drinking their 5 p.m. coffee yet? I'm also going to excuse in the beginning of the meeting, I have a 4-year-old nephew who keeps walking up to me asking me, am I finished with work yet? So if you hear that, it's him.
It is understandable. Sadie, how's classes? Have you hit midterms yet?
Midterms here start like the 3rd or 4th week of school and go till final. So I have been in midterm season.
Oh, so they're not midterms, they're terms, right?
Yeah. I've had multiple midterms and I'm starting my 2nd round.
Oh, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, I should not have taken 18 credit hours also.
That's
I'm going to go back to 15 next semester.
It's okay. It's understandable. You know, you get this out the way early.
Yeah, and it's fine. It would have been manageable if I hadn't torn my ACL, essentially.
Oh,
but
sorry to hear that. Are you an athlete?
I like did track and stuff in high school, and then I just walked onto the Club Ultimate team a few weeks ago, and that's how I tore it. So yeah, right after a meeting last week, actually.
Oh, so this is recent.
Yeah, like at 9:30 last week.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're sending you love, positive energy, and all that goes with that. I tore an Achilles once upon a time many moons ago when I was a track athlete, and that is not fun. Any major ligament tear is not fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially not fun 20 years later. Trust me.
Oh no. Don't tell me the horror stories now. I just need to start
do your
walking
physical therapy.
normally.
That's my strong advice. Just because you're 18 doesn't mean you don't have to listen. What they say, do a year of therapy, because your 45-year-old body will thank you. Trust me.
Will do. Yes.
Right. I know we're going to get started here shortly. We want to give folks just a few more minutes to get here so we can get rocking and rolling. Cedric, how was your week?
Busy. To be honest, I was trying to find how I'm gonna manage this because I'm on a task force. I work for Montgomery County Public Schools. I'm district supervisor for security. So we're in a task force right now. We just did we've actually finalized and sent it to the superintendent. But we did we had back. You heard on the news back in June. where kids got on the internet, and he talked about allegations of inappropriate sexual contact among other students, maybe teachers, maybe other people in and outside of school, situations and parties. So we actually got on the internet, 6 of us in my office, and we put about over 700 hours into trying to find out where all this was. And we put a package together and so forth. And it was a deep dive, let me just say that. And so I have another meeting at 7 o'clock. And everything's on Tuesday. Everybody wants to do Zoom meetings on Tuesday, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna navigate this so that I can be able to assist you all in the capacity you need. So, but yeah, it's been a busy week, but the school is out, but I'm still working. School, they're on vacation.
That is not light work. So thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
So I think we can jump in and as always, we'll give folks a few more minutes to join, but I'll just jump in because I know there's a lot we want to cover today. But greetings, everyone. I hope you all had a good weekend and start to a great week. It's been so many different seasons in the last few days, and over the weekend we had a nice Saturday, but then a rainy Sunday, but onward to a wonderful week. But as always, I like to start our meetings for the record to share your first name, the ward you represent, and your community involvement. We can do a lightning round of this, and let's get a little fun with this one. So let's just play popcorn. So after you go, pick someone else in the chat to go as well. So I'll kick it off. My name is Jamal Holtz, lead facilitator with Link Strategic Partners, and I'll kick it off to Adam.
All right, I'm Adam Braskich. I'm a resident of Ward 6, and being a newer resident of the town, this is my first community affiliation. So happy to be here, and I will kick it over to Michael.
Michael Rubin, Ward 2, work at Impact Silver Spring and serve on boards of a bunch of community organizations. And I will send it over to Jumana.
Jumana Musa Sheher, Ward 6, and I will send it to Zitlali.
Citlali Velasquez, and I'm in Ward 3, and I'll send it to Kiminori.
Kiminori Nakamura, Ward 6, working as a researcher at University of Maryland Criminology and Criminal Justice. Let's say Cedric.
Yeah, I'm Cedric. I grew up in Takoma Park, live outside of it now in Upper Silver Spring. I think Ritchie Avenue was Ward, isn't that Ward 4? Ritchie Avenue area. Carol, the next person. Carol Lambert.
I'm Carol Lambert, and I'm a writer and editor at Link, and I will kick it to Joshua House.
Hi all, I'm Joshua House, born and raised in Brightwood, Ward 4. I will kick it to Molly Mitzner.
Hey everyone, Molly Mitzner, Director of Community Engagement at Link, and I will send it to Jacqueline.
Hi everyone, Jacqueline Miller. I am an associate with Link, and I'm excited to be a support for the facilitators tonight. I'm going to kick it to, I'm going to kick it to Sadie.
Hi everyone, I'm Sadie Cheston Harris, she, her, hers, and I am in Ward 3, and popcorn to Ajmal.
Hey everybody, Ajmal Qureshi, Ward 3, on the board of the ACLU of Maryland. And I will kick it to Dwayne.
Hey everybody, good afternoon. Sorry for being a little late, but see, I just in time for introductions. So Dwayne Scott, Ward 6, and I am an attorney with the Office for Civil Rights with the Department of Education.
I think finally we have Olajide.
Sorry, this is Jide. I live in Ward 6.
and I work for the federal government. And then Michael Aiken.
Michael Aiken, president of Link Strategic Partners, excited to support.
Awesome. And I promise next time we'll make it more fun, and it'll be something like a fun fact, because I think it's known what wars we all represent and what each other do. So last meeting, we covered a lot of ground to help us set the charge for what this task force should focus on. Over the next few weeks, we heard from multiple city agencies and understand that it was a lot of information to digest at once. But as a refresher, we got oriented with an overview of the city of Takoma Park and government from the city manager, and followed by an overview of the Department of Public Works, Department of Recreations, Housing and Community Development, and the Police Department. We learned more about how these agencies engage, how these agencies are organized and engage with, and what their priorities were. And we received a baseline understanding of how these agencies see their role when it comes to public safety. Whereas last week was mostly about presentations and Q&A, tonight is mostly about dialogue. To orient us for today, I'll toss it over to my colleague Cordell to outline the rules of the road, followed by an overview of what to expect for tonight's discussion. But everything covered in last week's conversation, those slide decks and presentations they're now available online, so you can feel free to go look at those slide decks and presentations and the recording from last meeting in case you missed anything. So I'll toss it over to my colleague Cordell, as always, to run us through the rules of the road.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all again for joining us. I know that this is yet another thing to add to your respective piles. We all have big piles in the post-COVID world, and so we thank you for it. I know this is not easy. You've listened to a lot of people talk at you for the last two meetings, and I promise that this meeting, you will do the majority of the talking. Promise, promise, promise. And so we're going to unpack a bit some of the information and data that you received over the last two meetings. But first, as we always do, want to go over a few rules of the road. Now, it's an exhaustive list of best practices that we submit to you. It's in writing. You have it in slides, so I'll just cover three really important ones. Enter with curiosity. You know, these are hot topics, public safety reform. I literally was talking about you all to a city manager in an unnamed Midwest city today, and the work that you all are embarking upon, and he cannot wait to hear the results. So enter with curiosity, knowing that the audience is bigger than just the residents of Takoma Park. Other people want to see what you're doing and what comes out of this. Use the chat box as a space to ask questions, to formulate responses that you haven't fully thought through. Disagreement is encouraged. Disagreeableness is not. And so the basic things that we learned in school of being nice and being respectful, they apply here as well. Stay mentally and physically present. I know that's challenging. We talked about best practices with Zoom being 45 minutes at a shot, and here we are not following best practices there because we do go through a little longer period. So do what you can. I, for one, like to stand up and just move my legs occasionally every 30 minutes or so. And I drink a lot of water. That's just what I do. That helps. Mute your microphone when you're not speaking. Sometimes you don't know that backup noise around you, the ambient noise is loud, and assume really good intentions. We're all coming here as part of a learning journey. Now, my colleague's going to share a link to the breakout rooms on the chat. That's where we're going to go next to talk a little deeper about the things that we've discussed. So Jamal, that link, please.
Yes, so I'll drop a link in the chat for you all. So please click on that link in the chat, and please note that you will be directed to open a new meeting. For those who are tuning in as attendees, at 6:40, 6:45, we'll return back. The task force members will return back to this group and give a recap and share some of the themes on our discussions and next step. So the task force members, if you all can click the link in the chat I just shared, and I'll see you all over in the next room.
Sorry I'm late.
You are fine. I'm gonna hang out here, everyone. If you want to click the link that is in the chat, I don't know if you saw that. We're going into breakout rooms. Do you see that? In the chat?
No, I don't see it. I think
all right,
it
let me go ahead and resend it here. And
Thank you.
Yep. If you just want to click on that, and then you can go over. That's and
okay, perfect.
Thing.
I clicked on it, and then I'm going there now.
All right,
Thank you.
see you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. And hello, Michael. Hello to our attendees. We're just going to hang out here. I'm going to go off video. And in about an hour, the breakout groups will resume, or we'll finish up, and we'll come back here to report out. Thank you.